Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Let me start with Ayodotun, because a lot of young people would like to make money online. I mean, that's the new goal, they say. But many people are not getting it right. So in spite of all that we see and hear, how can we begin to make money online?
Okay, so there's so many ways, especially in this season where we have people building stuff on digital platforms. So we have a lot of people on social media, we have people who need to plug their businesses on email, they need to build websites for their businesses, they need to create content. So these days, regular ads, oh, we shot a TVC, we did an ad, will not fly anymore. People need people that can create content. So I get requests. My team and I get requests from people from around the world saying to us, oh, I need someone to write content for my website. I need someone to create content to plug on the various channels I'm on. So there's so many opportunities. So content, not only in terms of videos that, people, influencers are creating, but even written material, even creative thoughts, scripting, material for different platforms. People have platforms they need to plug. So creating content is a huge
so what would you say the starting point is then for someone who is interested?
So identify what you have to offer. The marketplace, there's so much need because, like I said, there's a plethora of digital channels that need to be plugged with quality content because people want to see quality content. So think of what you can offer. If you can write, I still get calls every day from people who say, oh, can you plug me? I can write. Can you plug me with a paying gig? There are people that are there's so many people that can shoot stuff. They're good with their cameras. Can you shoot content for people?
Let me come to Mr. Akintayo for a second, because I know you're also a real estate expert and you're an entrepreneur. What opportunities are out there for people to begin to plug into to make wealth?
There are many, really, really many. I teach about 20 internet businesses you could do. But one of it is brokerage. I started 13 years ago as a broker and other businesses I did, and we built a multi-billionaire empire. So today, when you tell me a story of how you can make it in Nigeria, I'm a proof that you can.
For real? Let me adjust my seat. Wow, so how you make it in this country? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a proof that you can. And one of the things I started was being a broker, sell for other developers, get commission, and over time, save enough to also start building your own properties. And today the story is different. So I think there are many areas. Brokerage is one of them. And you don't need money to become a property broker. You don't need any cash at all.
So what do you do? Because there are a lot of people who are into real estate. We see a lot of people, and a lot of people have also been scammed. So they meet a broker and then they take their money and disappear.
Yeah.
You trying to get into that brokerage, how do you identify people who are real and what are the next steps for you?
Well, first thing is training. I mean, training helps you to reign. If you see anybody reigning in any industry, they've been properly groomed and trained. One of the things we're doing is to raise a team of 100,000 brokers in Nigeria, and we've decided to bring the best in the world. We have a conference coming up this weekend. We have John Maxwell, leadership expert, so he's going to be speaking. We have Ryan Sahant is the...
How do you bring a John Maxwell tonight? So I'm telling you, I'm sure he was a big goal.
Yeah, it's a big event, really big. You have Ryan Sahant is the #1 property broker in the world. He does over $1 billion in transactions, selling properties every year. It's based in New York. We also have Grant Cardone. Most of you know the 10X guy, And so for me, is training is how people can reign. If you invest, and we are putting a lot into that, training Nigerians, educating people, and we believe that there's a revolution in the corner.
Okay. So I have a question for both of you, and it's the population of Nigeria is mostly young, as we know. And I tend to find a lot of people who have been to school. They say, oh, I've done my primary and secondary, but there's not enough money to continue. So I'm hoping to get 1 or 2 jobs, a domestic. Sometimes they just want to even be domestic staff in people's homes. So they can put money together and then further go to school further. But then there's this conversation of maybe you should go into business or should do work. So in when you do meet people, what advice would you give a secondary school leaver who really just wants to do better, wants to earn money to either further their education in the future, or what would you, or how would you, especially since it has worked for you here in Nigeria, what would you advise them to do face a business or go to school?
From my own
Ladies
perspective.
first.
All right, for me, I will say you can multitask. You can. There's a lot of things that everybody comes with talents, with gifts, raw, and then you have to work it. You have to work it until the point where it becomes marketable. It might start. You always start small. I mean, it's always going to start small. So multitask. Learn something. Teach yourself something. Go to school. Absolutely important. That backup plan is there. Many business owners find themselves going back to dusting their paper and going back to work at some point. They're trying to balance and coming back, and it still works out for them. So in this day and age,
you can be in school and still
absolutely. People are drop shipping, people are monetizing their knowledge online. They're teaching online. I do that online as well.
Before I let you answer that question, this online thing, we just say, oh, they're making money. How much is the money they're making?
I should tell you before you get
have no
I tell you,
idea.
even when I first left 9 to 5 and I started trying to figure out some other things I wanted to do for myself, I was being paid in dollars to put people's articles on my blog. Or do
real?
nothing. My blog was there.
Copyright.
People were sending content to me. They reached out. I didn't reach out to anybody. They reached out to me and asked, "Can we put our content on your?" And they paid me regularly in dollars.
Hey, Jesus.
So there's money to be made, and that's
Hold
not
on. We need to kind of show that's why security matter. This kind of show.
So different ways.
We're talking dollars.
Okay, let's talk in dollars. Okay.
And I agree that this connects with security. I was in Maiduguri 2019 because I was born there. So I went to the IDP camp to do some donations. Now, an IDP, the space that was supposed to be for 3,000 families, we have over 35,000.
Whoa.
Now, I went to the clinic everywhere, and you're seeing people, no job, nothing to do. In fact, I was telling them, can we come up with a concept of, some of them could knit caps, all these Hausa caps. We could have an e-commerce site and put some of these. People will donate, getting a cap in exchange. But back to the question, for me is, I think that apprenticeship is the secret, right? I have a team of over 300 staff, and not all of them are graduates. In fact, some of the best are the ones who are not graduates. If we've decided to partner with Poise Finishing School to start an academy. We don't need your certificate. It's even the university that some of them are messing up your brain. We wire you well. Right?
Like clapping.
Secondary school comes straight to us.
But you have the basics.
And everybody's doing. IBM has started that. Facebook has started it. Microsoft. They don't need your degree anymore. You finish school. You go into their own program, where they then, train you.
And you specialize.
And mold you, and then you can fit into the system. That's what is needed, really. That's what is needed.
So I worry when I see a lot of young people out there who say there is no job, government hasn't provided anything, and so they are going to go into either doing Yahoo, or, kidnapping so that they can, or, just becoming hoodlums around. And when I've had conversations with a few of them who actually went to school, but they just feel there is no job. I came out, I applied, the government did not settle me. How do we as leaders, because you people are leaders here, I've just been told now that I'm a leader, part of them. How do we begin to get into the minds of these young ones to a place where they can start creating something for themselves and not waiting for somebody to, for a government to hold them and give them that white collar job? How do we get to that place? What are some of the things that we can start doing now to tell them you can actually start something no matter how small it is?
Show up as a role model.
For both of you, the question.
Yeah, show up as a role model. That's what I would say. I've become very, visible in recent time because I just realized that we are not producing role models for these people, right? Ask an average young person. Is that when last did a Dangote write a book? I just finished my latest book, Billionaire Habits. We need to start showing up and talking about this is what I did, because to begin to educate. It's not about
not the cash.
It's not the
It's not about the loose cash.
Yeah,
It's
it's about building asset and understanding that asset before luxury. You know, but until
wealth.
Yeah.
Let me come to you. What are your
Okay.
thoughts on what Nibusi said?
I think it's on different levels, on an organizational level, on a governance level, and even with the individuals, parents. We need to open our minds.
Yes,
I mean, we are seeing
yes.
evidence of a lot of new business directions and trajectories making legit money, doing good
Legit.
things. Yeah, so on different levels. So when you're, I mean, on an organizational level, on a personal level, if you are finding people giving you support, and then you have role models opening up and actually telling their story and just stop saying, no, it's only by the grace of God.
God's
Yes,
grace.
it's by the grace of God, but there are a number of steps that
Things
you
you
took.
took.
Yeah, so on those different levels, and then when it's time to get a loan or to kind of get an enabling environment, even on the level of governance, you're getting that support, it would grow. I mean, we've evolved. We're not on zero level as we, you know, a lot of new trajectories have evolved in Nigeria, but we still have a ways
All right,
to
Doctor,
go.
we have to bring you back because I think we need somebody who's going to train, especially young people. There's a lot of opportunities online. So we're going to bring you back with a proper workshop and we'll
Great.
teach our viewers on how to do that. But let me come back to you, sir, because you know you talked about an event coming with John Maxwell.
Yeah.
I want to attend. Though. Is it free?
Is it
'Cause I
virtual?
don't have money.
Is it virtual?
Is it free? Is it virtual? Do you have to be there physically?
Yeah, so the cost value for us was $2,000 per person. Because one of the speakers charged us $50,000. You know,
Understand.
so but we've made it free. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it virtual?
Absolutely.
Is it
free.
virtual?
It's hybrid.
Oh, so virtual and physical.
You can attend physically in Landmark Event Center, Niru. You can attend physically in Dubai because we have offices in Dubai,
Dubai.
US, and UK. You can attend online. Over 10,000 people are joining online.
Ah, fantastic.
But even if we don't want to get into real estate, because I'm beginning to
You
learn
want
to
more money.
stay. No, hold on. I'm beginning to
want-
learn.
yes.
Wait, first. I want more
Never
money.
say never.
But we're learning to stay on our lane. I don't
Yes.
think everybody's meant to do one thing
Yes.
or get into one sort of business.
Yes.
I can still make it being a teacher. You can
Right.
still make it being a
Yes.
consultant. Can we get value that we can replicate in our own businesses?
Brokerage is your network determining your net worth. It's just a referral. That's what people don't understand about brokerage. Because you even need your power base. I'm a media person. All I'm doing is to refer people
and
to
get
credible
commission.
real estate company and have something on the side.
I like commission.
Right? So it's,
You know, I have to run, but I know when Tokwe started this journey, you know, I mean, she has grown.
Tokwe
I
is
mean, we've
big
seen-
now.
So, I mean,
Yes.
listen, if you don't have a testimony for anybody, it's
Tokwe
Tokwe's
is
testimony.
big now.
I mean, so I've seen her grow.
Yeah,
We've all seen
Tokwe
her
is a
grow.
testimony that-
you have raised also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've seen a product of your work, and we thank you for that. And we'll see how we can all begin to benefit. If she can give us some percentages from her.
Exactly.
revenue.
Pay tax and
But we'll
offering.
try. In this brokerage season, we'll see
She's
what we can do.
already doing that.
your view, profit offering.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming. We have to bring both of you back separately
Yeah.
to talk, because the truth is that you have knowledge that Nigerians need. And I said, we need role
Especially at
models
this
like
time.
you
Yeah.
to show, because we keep seeing
time.
the other ones, but we need to see more of you.
Yeah.
I know that even in all of this, we
Legitimacy
can
works.
make legitimate money.
Aye,
absolutely.
I can't wait.
Yes,
you don't have to be a
yes,
politician.
yes,
You don't have to steal. You don't have to do anything. Correct, legit money.
Absolutely.
Sweet
That's
money.
what it
Absolutely.
is. All right, I am inspired.
Yes, so
All over you. We are inspired. Okay, all right. This is well. See you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.
You can now listen to Stephen Akintayo's audiobooks.
Hello guys, Dr. Stephen Akintayo here, and I'm super excited to invite you for this highly demanded coaching, right? So I've been in the real estate sector for over a decade as a property broker, and 6 years ago we started as a development company. And I've sold properties in Nigeria, in Dubai, and other parts of the world. And of course, today we are a development company here in Nigeria, building the largest green and smart homes in Africa. But people wanted to learn, how do you get here? How can I start this as a business? I've mentored a lot of people on how to invest in real estate privately, but people wanted to know, how do I start my mini estate? How do I invest internationally? I've met several people who are even property developers in Nigeria saying, hey, I want to do that international dimension. I want to expand to the US, I want to expand to Dubai. And so I've put together a coaching program that lasts for 6 months, 3 to 6 months. Now, usually I run a one-on-one coaching program for $20,000, but I decided to reduce the figures this time around